Hey everyone, John here, senior software engineer with 10 plus years of experience. I'm the lead maintainer of latterly.io, an open source educational community. You can join for free. There's the Discord under the community tab that will help you land your first or next programming role. All right, we're doing some LeetCode. So you want to land your next programming role. LeetCode will be a significant benefit. It's not required, but it's a significant benefit and a great investment of your time and effort. There's a blog article about the LeetCode kata, the Latterly LeetCode kata. So here's the problem set, and then some of the solutions are up here. Right, and today we're working on tries. So I worked on a try problem yesterday, 208. You can see the previous recorded streams. Streams are recorded to YouTube. And like, I felt like a failure, basically. I didn't like my solution. I didn't even like the official solutions. So I want to continue to iterate on tries to develop a higher level of comfort. And so this was a medium. So to make it easier, I said, let's go for an easy. If a medium feels difficult, let's step down to an easy. And so to find the problem that we're working on today, I went to LeetCode problems, searched for try, and how are these sorted? I don't actually know how these are sorted. But anyway, I found this easy, Pascal's triangle. Maybe I should sort by frequency. That would be the smarter thing to do, eh? Okay. It's top of frequency anyway. We got lucky. So yeah, maybe then we'll go to triangle judgment or something next. Okay, so I open up this problem that we're working on today, Pascal's triangle. And try is not under here. Why did the word try show up? So maybe we're not going to work on this. Let's go for a try tag. Because the T is not capitalized? I don't know, whatever. Let's go for longest common prefix. Wow, a lot of these are mediums and hards. Yeah. I don't know that you're going to be commonly asked try questions, to be honest. But anyway, it's what we're working on today. The Latterly LeetCode kata, I will call this out, is built on high frequency problems. So word search is here. That includes try. Let's see. Other groups like, yeah, but try is like not a focus area of the LeetCode kata. And that's specifically because like those problems are not asked very often, actually. If you go to the algo monster analysis on topical distribution of actual questions, these don't appear often, but they do show up. Consider them of secondary priority. And so that's what we're doing today. Are we wasting our time? No, not really. But I do want you to be mindful that from a prioritization perspective, try practice comes after the standard kata. Okay, so I've done the standard kata like a bunch of times already. So this is like almost for fun, even though it's not fun. For some reason, it's a really popular topic. And I am working with a technical coach who specifically advised me to work on try because it's a weak area of mine, because it is a weak area of mine. And it's a weak area of mine because I don't spend much time on it, and I don't spend much time on it because it's not often asked. Okay, anyway. So all that to just put this in perspective, you don't need to like be prioritizing tries out of the box. But we're going to be doing that today anyway. So longest common prefix, and we'll double check the topics here. Try shows up. Great. I think I've solved this before without a try. So let me Command Z just to review my previous solution, which is kind of cheating. Yeah, it is. But I just want to see this anyway. I think I've done this before without a try. Yeah. So it's like a global maximum size. And this worked? Yeah, this worked. Okay. Is try even the optimal solution? Another thing that I'll see sometimes in these try practice problems is that try is a solution, but it's actually not an optimal solution because a try requires some memory. A try is a nested dictionary, basically. So it's at least going to take O of n memory. Here you can see we have a Python try and a try node, and this is what? Time complexity OS, so it's OS across the board, where S is the number of all characters in the array, LCP query on OM. Okay, so so here's strings. So you might think O of n is the size of the list of strings. And they're saying it's not the size of the list of strings, it's longer than that. It's the list of strings multiplied by their average length. So it's all of the characters. And that's why they're saying OS instead of ON. And how does that compare to the others? So here, this horizontal scanning approach is OS time complex. So it's asymptotically equivalent to not using a try, right? Yeah, so it literally just takes more space. It's like the time complexity is OS and the space complexity is also OS on the try, compared to this horizontal scanning approach, which has a time complexity of OS and a space complexity of O of 1. So at a glance, it's not even an efficient solution. So that's another thing to watch out for. When you look for try problems, you might run into a problem like this. Like apparently this is the most common try problem, right? But actually using a try here is not even the efficient solution. What do you think of HackerRank? I guess it's fine. I don't know. I don't really use it enough. If a company sends me an online assessment that uses it, I'll use it and it feels fine. But leetcode has been my go-to. I feel like leetcode is more commonly advised, but I haven't done any formal analysis on this. Let's say leetcode versus HackerRank. We'll spend 3 minutes on this, maybe. Is one more popular? Is one more commonly advised? Is one more commonly used? LeetCode might be the better choice. Okay, why? I don't know. Thanks, random Medium article. Give me a reason why. I will tell you, I advise off of LeetCode. Why do I do it? Because the blind 75 and the historic sets of problems that I build upon is based in LeetCode. Is the algo monster analysis also? Let's go back and check on the kata. So the kata will be pointing you to LeetCode problems. Let's look at algo monster. I'm having trouble finding it or recalling, but I think the algo monster data is based on LeetCode frequency. So does HackerRank have something like that? Let's see, what was this commenter's name? Does HackerRank have something like that where they can tell you like frequent problems? I don't know. I guess either would be fine as long as you can achieve an efficient like use of your time and stuff. So I'm gonna go with LeetCode because again, like my list is built on LeetCode, the blind 75, the grind 75, the NeetCode 150. NeetCode actually has their own, but it's still like they built their own platform, but it's still based on that problem set. LeetCode is go-to because I have a bunch of problems. It has a vast collection. Code Wars has a vast collection too. I mean, maybe they mean that the LeetCode collection is bigger, but they don't actually come out and say that. more comprehensive, better test cases, vibrant, large community. Again, they say large community. I guess the implication that they don't actually say is that it's a larger community. But they don't actually say that. Can we do just a quick like traffic check? Traffic to site LeetCode. Let's just do a quick traffic analysis. Okay, so the leetcode.com global rank is 2237. Hacker rank, yeah. So it's like way more popular, right? Visits about 30 million, visits about 5 million. I think that's enough for now. It's the community is bigger, it's more traffic, it's more popular, it's more widely used. So even if the feature set is the same, just the network effects will cause us to prefer leetcode.com. But also, I'm not convinced that the feature set is the same because as far as I know, and maybe I'm just clueless, but as far as I know, HackerRank does not have that frequency data. And again, even if the feature set was the same and HackerRank does have frequency data, having a smaller number of samples, referring to those network effects, even having the same data at lower scale is less useful, like literally less accurate, right? So I'm going to be favoring LeetCode for these reasons. Thank you for the question. That helped me shore up my own confidence there, but I remain more confident than ever after doing that check. Okay, let's return to here. So why are we using tries? Struggle notes, why even use a trie? Okay, so I'll complain about it with my tech coach later, but for now we'll just do it. Let's do a trie. Now I am a fan of doing tries the wrong way. I'm gonna just come out and say it the wrong way, quote unquote, compared to the OOP pattern suggested in the solution to 208. So 208 is going to tell you that there's this, in Python anyway, the way that you should do this, let's see, they don't even have a Python solution. It's a Java solution. But if you go to the solutions tab and find Python here, this was one I liked more. This is kind of like my favorite one. Let me get a link to this one. This is the closest to what I want to do. But I don't think it was particularly popular. If we go to, let me refresh the page on all solutions. And we pick Python and one of these top two, right? So we just go to this top one, 500 something votes. Yeah. Oh, they consolidated it too. You know what? Maybe I just ran into a bad answer yesterday. That'll make me super happy. My main complaint was that in the Python solution, someone had split a trie node class from a trie container class. And they were like inconsistent types as you recurse down through the tree. And that really irritates me. And I'd rather just use a plain dictionary. But if that's what this person is doing, then I'm super happy with it. See, they're saying self.root, self.root. It's just a dictionary. Deleted user. Why did you delete your account? You have the best Python solution. I want to give you a hug. Hold on. I'm just wondering if you have any tips. Cheek Sweet. Cheek Sweet is say I just started college. Beginner goal IT, end cyber. How do I build that portfolio in 4 years? You want to get a cert as far as I know. So cyber is not my specialty, but cyber industry and cyber careers are built off certifications. One of the cool things about these certifications, like CompTIA is going to be a great move for you. One of the cool things about these certifications is I don't even think there's like a college education prerequisite at all. Let's double click on that and make sure I'm not wrong. Then advance your career with all these. Okay, whatever. I don't even know what website I'm on, to be honest with you. So this is sponsored CIAT. Are they trustworthy? I don't know. Udacity. Udacity's mid, but at least it's highly rated. It's a nano degree program. Okay. I don't know. That's the direction I'm going to point you in, but you should get someone who's a cybersecurity specialist to verify that. Here's something that is in my area of expertise is the reputation on boot camps. I can tell you from a boot camp analysis perspective, Udacity is mid, and I don't know about CIAT. I can also leave you with this note. What is a good boot camp? That'll be helpful for you. Bathsheba, thanks for the likes. So you go to coursereport.com, you browse all schools, and we are going to sort by the most reviewed and find a boot camp that has more than 400 reviews and a score of 4.25 or higher. So the Wagon is great. I don't think they offer courses in US. BrainStation in New York City. I also really like Springboard because they have a job placement guarantee. Okay. And so then the question becomes, well, do they offer cybersecurity? And a lot of them do, but you'll need to go and check. Yeah, cybersecurity courses. So I would probably point you in this direction. And then are they going to do CompTIA? You'll complete 30 labs. I don't know. I don't know what specific certs are related to this, but I also think this is a really smart move. That was fun. So we're going to make a try, and I just want to have a recursive dictionary. And yeah, maybe this person is going to let me do that. Somehow, when I looked into the answers last time, I was sad. But now I can't find what I was sad about, which makes it a good day. Using sets is way easier. Cool. I have no problem with sets. This is really nice, actually. Bruh! Naive approach, not knowing what a trie is. Yeah, that's not a... that's not a trie. This is not acceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah. Yeah, good call. I like the code looks clean, except that it's totally wrong. Andrew, thank you for the likes. Quick reminder, if you're on TikTok, you can go over to YouTube, link is in my bio, and see the whole screen. Blind 75 beats a bunch of people, okay? I feel like these should be sorted on views or likes or something. And I don't know, is it just like a random sort? So here's a try, and they have children and end. Yeah, okay, this is what I saw before. Although even this looks cleaner because this node is really simple. But this is what I saw that irritated me, is that the trie recursed on trie nodes. So you see how the container is separated from the node class? So one thing I can do is just like get over it, just deal, just chill, bro. It's not a big deal, bro. So that would be fine. But I would prefer to just use dictionaries instead of separating out this trie class. And that's going to be pretty much my main question. So here's a few different solutions on how to implement a trie. And now that I've effectively cheat, and I'm going to submit it just so that it's backed up. Okay, it fails, whatever. But if I submit it, it'll save a copy of that code. I don't have to worry about refreshing my browser and losing that text there. And I'm going to visit here and see that I have this. Maybe I did see this. Maybe I just never switched over to Python, and I was mad at the C++ implementation. In any case, I'm in a great state now. I'm in a great state because I have 3 good-looking solutions and very little to complain about. So this is the quote unquote, not the code on screen, but these links are the quote unquote right implementation in Python. And here I will plan to just use a dictionary, and then maybe we'll come back and refactor it into an object-oriented with classes, and whether there's a container class that recurses internally or it has a distinct node class. We can deal all with that later. I just wanted to set the high level that I plan to just use a dictionary and see if that works. So that's my approach here. So approach, dict-based trie, estimated space complexity is O of, I'm going to call this C, such that C is all the chars in strs. So strs is the argument they give us. So why not just call this O of n? You could say it's O of n as long, but then the interviewer is going to say, what do you mean by n? And you need to not trip up on the usual thing we do. Usually O of n means the input data. And so that would be the length of I don't know why they don't just call it strings. Like just call it strings, but whatever. I guess you leave out the random letters and you're cool. Someone needs to found a tech company called STRS. Taran, yeah, the whole point of trie is to use hash maps, right? That's the correct way to create a tie structure. Thank you, Taran. I just need some assurance, some external validation, because I feel like this is the right way to do it. But whenever I look up the quote unquote right solutions, they always do this in a different way. Haven't seen you for a while. Have you gotten a new position? I've been moving in silence, let's say. Yes, I do have a new position. I do have a new position, and I don't want to say much about that right now. But good to see you. Good to see you. I can say this. I can say in the month of June alone, I got 3 offers, and I think this validates the job search strategies laid out by ladderly.io. And so I encourage you to join this community. You can check out once you check out the checklist, you'll be able to see things like the networking scripts. And you can check out the networking scripts, and it's like, okay, this is how you do social networking for the job search, and who do you contact and what do you say? The techniques are extremely powerful, and they work. And now we have just yet another data point that they work. Like they've worked for other people in the past, and now they worked for my own job search. So I'll mention that much and encourage y'all to join the community. Either way, congrats. Thank you so much. Taran, I start my new job on the 22nd. All right. Yeah, let me know if you're willing to drop any info on that. Otherwise, yeah, congrats to you as well. Taran, are you on the Discord? I'm not sure, but congrats to you. Congrats to you. This is totally off topic, but I'm thinking about starting a music channel on the Discord. Drop a comment if that would be interesting to you. And let's get back to some code, eh? I have 8 minutes to do this and I need to log off. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to get through it. Whatever. So the estimated space complexity is O of C. C is all the characters. And that's intuitive. This should be intuitive because the trie is a nested set of characters. If I take the word apple, A is going to map to a map. And that map will have a key, which is a P. And the P will have it'll be like this. A, P, P, L, E. So what is a trie? It's just a nested set of objects or dictionaries or hash maps. We also call it a prefix tree. That's what it is. It's a tree of these prefixes. So if I have the word apple, it's going to be composed of A, P, P, L, E, right? So it is intuitive that I need to store at the character level, not the word level. So this O of C, such that C is all the characters in strs, should be intuitive. And then what about performance complexity? In the worst case, I need to check all of the characters to see whether or not I have. Okay, so I'm going to give you the typical trie boilerplate, and then I should actually pay attention to the question I'm doing because I haven't even been looking at it. But in a typical trie problem, in the worst case, you need to look at all your letters. Do I have a word? Do I not have a word? Whatever, whatever. I might need to look at the letters in my trie. And so in the typical case, the boilerplate performance complexity for a trie, time complexity, is also O of C. And you can do a lowercase c, that doesn't matter. I mean, some people get caught up on is it capitalized or whatever. Just make it consistent. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to say O of n and then somewhere else say O of n and have that mean different things. That's going to confuse everybody. So the casing doesn't matter as long as it's consistent and distinct. It's a startup with an FDA-approved product used in a couple hundred hospitals. Awesome. We need improvement in our health sector. Power to you. P says, just always say O of n. You can say O of n. Were you on this stream? I earlier talked about why O of n might be a pitfall here, because O of n would typically refer to the length of stirs. So as long as you specify, you could say O of n such that n is all the characters in stirs. In this problem, you would not want to use the naked statement O of n. And indeed, the guidance from LeetCode itself says O of s as opposed to O of n. Just drawing my bad, you're right. Yeah, so I'm fine with saying O of n as long as you just be clear about what you're doing, right? That's the real goal. We all want clarity in this life. I don't have enough time to do this problem in 5 minutes, whatever. We'll get as far as we can get. All right, so I'm gonna make this trie. I'll call this, I'll call it prefixes. And then I'll say for word and stirs, and I'll say, here's the other thing about this trie versus 208, which the whole point of this is to implement a trie, right? This is supposed to show you the one true way to implement a trie. It has this end node requirement, which is actually not typical of tries. I feel like I'm just bagging on this problem, whatever. I believe, I'll say I believe, and then chat, let me know if I'm totally wrong. I believe you can build a trie that has no end node signal. So in this longest common prefix problem, I don't know that I care about the end node signal. You see what I mean? Anyway, so for word and stirs, and then for char and word, and I can say prefixes char is a dictionary. Prefixes char is a dictionary. And then I want to step into it. I'm doing this wrong. So let me say cur dict is prefixes. So cur dict is prefixes, and I'll say cur dict of char. Yep, this is the bit I'm missing. Before I look it up, I need to know whether it exists. So if char in cur dict, we'll call that a dive. You can call it stepping in, stepping down, whatever. Drilling in, diving in. Those are all kind of idiomatic synonyms. Okay, and so if it exists, we're going to dive in. Otherwise, we are going to make it and then dive in. So now diving in, cur dict is that lookup. So we're looking up char, and now it's guaranteed to exist. Thanks for the follow. So now it's guaranteed to exist. And in fact, we don't need to do anything there. It's just a continue statement. So what I can do is I can eliminate the condition. And I can just say, if there's not char in cur dict, create it. Otherwise, we drill in. And this should build my prefix tree. So I should be able to come down here and print the prefix tree. Let's see. Flower. So we can see, yeah, we can see flowers in here. Flow. That's bad. Okay, I need to reset the current dict for every word. So flow should not be nested inside of flower. That's a mistake. Okay, so now it's smaller, right? So flower And then flow would basically step through F-L-O-W. It would just step through those letters again. So flower, flow, and then flight. So I have F over here, L over here, and then the children, I-G-H-T, are over here. So I think in the time we had today, we've done a really good job of illustrating what a trie is. This is what we mean when we say like a prefix tree. For me?
You want to have lunch with me?
Okay, I have a call. Wifey got food. I'm gonna wrap up here and eat during my call. Thanks for joining. Yeah, maybe later today, I think we'll resume and figure out whether I need the end node signal. And I haven't really enunciated what that means, but there's a way in which I can say R has no child keys. There's nothing in that map. So this is an end node. But what if someone asked the question, hey, did anyone literally insert flow? I have a mixed signal on that. I have a mixed signal on that because basically I don't know, because I only know that W does have a child key. So I can't say that the length of the key set on the children is 0. I can't use that logic. So what I can do is I can have, this is what I typically do, is I'll do like a literals set. And I'll say literals.add word. And then let me print. And now I know, okay, someone literally put FLOW. Someone literally inserted FLOW. And I just don't know if that's like allowed by the leetcode gods. But anyway, isn't this just a sliding glass door? No, a trie is fundamentally different than a glass door. Now, by the way, I would say sliding window. Sliding glass door is a strange saying. You might be able to solve this problem with a sliding window and without a trie. So that could be the case. This video will be up on YouTube. You can look back earlier where I did talk about the fact that the trie is not even optimal. The trie is not even optimal for this problem, but it is intuitive for this problem. And so I think it's good to practice it there anyway. But we'll wrap on that note. Thanks for being here.